Hello, Tamara.
Hi. Hey. How are y'all?
How you
Not
doing?
much longer for this mainland life, are you?
Not much longer.
Good. You got everything kind of set up?
Yeah, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes?
There's a song.
She did? Well, she's got another surprise. It's Linda Johnny and Marjorie.
Whoa.
Yes. So yes, welcome to the crowd. And unfortunately, we're losing the best man at the there is. Just
That's the only reason I think it's down.
and after that, they just kind of.
Okay, good. So I'm going to come down and visit you and 2 weeks. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, it's not that coordinated. Unfortunately, one thing is also reason happens that way. It always happens that way. I'll come down to Houston and Chris is gone. I'll come down and sit here and Sue's gone. Okay, I've done two. Very good. Yeah, right. I know what I'm involved in. You know what I'm involved in. Oh, yeah. We're a little gone. Yeah, he's going over to India. Yeah, they're both going over there today, actually. They're on the education. This is the first time I've ever done a double everything. Amen, brother. Fermented coconut juice. I don't know what I'm doing.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Get a little bit of everybody that's here. They get in touch with all these people.
They got this thing called telephone,
I know.
and then they invented this thing called the internet.
Yeah.
Take it Now we going. Now wave. How are you holding up? I'm doing great. I'm just taking pictures and not worrying about it. Sounds like a good.
Come on, yeah?
Good.
It'll be soon.
Yeah, very soon. 2 weeks.
That looks too much like Gilligan's Island. I don't want to go on a 3-hour cruise. Sounds okay. Why are we
All right, thank you.
Hey, Sue.
Need to get this meeting started.
Barbara, I think Barbara brought him.
Hi, my name's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
And
Somebody.
I'm a co-worker of Sue's.
Sorry about that.
I can't tell you what a relief it is to be able to admit that to other people and mostly to myself. I haven't always been a co-worker of Sue's. Back many years ago, I was a young man in the Washington, D.C. area and had a promising future as an Amway distributor. And then I became a co-worker of Sue's. And that dream went down the drain. I tried to hide it from my friends and my family, and I was pretty good at it. Not everybody, I was so good at it that not even my boss knew I was a coworker of Sue. How many of you can say that? But I thought I could control it. I thought I could have power over it. It was fun. It was cool. Then I realized, well, maybe I needed to change, so I thought, I can stop being a coworker of Sue anytime I want. So I did. And then it started to happen again, that hollow feeling, that kind of aimlessness, not knowing what to do. And I thought, maybe if I started over, maybe if I just got away and started over. So I left my family, I left my friends. I came all the way to Austin, Texas, looking to start over. You guessed, I became a coworker of Sue. That was over 28 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. And in those 28 years, I've learned a lot of things being a coworker of Sue. Learned macros, enterprise guide, a lot about BI and more about BS. And I'm not full of myself. I know that, maybe sometime in the future, maybe I won't be a coworker of Sue. I don't know. Not sure what that would mean. I find myself on an island in the Pacific sometime. Once again, I'd probably end up being a coworker of Sue. But I think we're all here today because I think all of us are able to admit to ourselves that have been or are coworkers of Sue. But we can say it with pride. And I can say today that I'm a recovering coworker of Sue. And I've got the chip. Thank you for letting me tell my story. On a serious note, Sue was, as everybody knows, if you've been to these events, Sue likes to make Afghans, thank you, for everybody. And I thought, well, Sue's retiring, she should have an Afghan. So
Take her up there.
Come on, come here. So this is for you. There's only one problem involved. It requires a little assembly.
Thank you so much. Assembly required.
Sue, are you going to have enough time?
Yeah, I always have time.
And now, turn the mic over.
My turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, you're going to hear from me a number of times this afternoon. First, on your tabletops are quizzes. There will be prizes awarded for correct answers. The correct answers need to be written. I don't take oral correct answers. But before I begin that, I have a couple of presentations myself. Unfortunately, I don't see Eugenia here.
She couldn't be here today.
Oh. But back in the early 70s, 1973, I came to Austin from the Washington, D.C. area for a class. And I learned how to use System 2000. And then I went back to Washington. And I kept calling back to Austin to say, it's not working. I can't figure something out. And for years, the person at the other end of the telephone was Jim Craig. So, Jim, I saw you here earlier. Come on up.
I should have never answered that phone.
This is the Jim Craig retirement gift from one of your constant help desk telephone calls. And Eugenia, I was going to give a gift to because back in 1973 when I came for the class, guess who key punched my PLI COBOL program to talk to System 2000 from a COBOL environment? Eugenia, and I think Peggy Simpson and she were taking turns doing the key punching. The other gift I have is William out at the front desk, or is he still working? He's not here. Well, I hate to admit this in front of my husband, but I have a honeydew at the office. When the air conditioner breaks, like evidently it has broken today, or when something...
That's why you left.
Yeah. Well, if you see him resurface this afternoon, let him know there's something under the podium for him as well. So question number one, have you all written your answers?
Is that just employed full-time or by salary?
Here he is. William, I have a presentation for you.
You didn't know you were retiring, did you?
I won't be here when you retire, but I need to pay you back for everything you've done for me over the years. So hopefully you can pull it out of there. Hopefully you and your wife will get lots of use in this 100-degree heat.
Well, that'll work.
I saw that.
And Mindy, where's Mindy? Can you be the virtual Eugenia and come take this up to her? And when you get my expense reports figured out, I'll have something for you.
I saved your credit. I want to be sponsored for Eugenia.
Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, question number one. For how many years has Sue been employed full-time? I want some answers.
31.
30, July 81.
That's at SAS.
Oh, you mean employed your whole life?
I want to know how many years I have been employed full-time.
75. 41.
Phone call from Maria Moore.
41.
Okay.
48. 38.
I'm only 60. Come on.
35.
The correct answer is 39. Who has the correct answer? Anyone with the correct answer? You get one choice from the gift table over here at the window. So if you get another correct answer later, too bad. You've already gotten your gift. So make your way to the gift table, and I will now turn this over to Kathy and Steve. Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't follow that list.
Did you say 39? You did. Pick a gift? You did.
Just a gift.
Yes, it is. You have to unplug it now. You better unplug it, take it off the table. You better take it. There'll be a fight over there at the gift table. The soda machine would be awesome.
Well, I too have been a co-worker of Sue's, not for quite as many years as Tom, only 24 years. Only 24 years. I met Sue probably about 25, 26 years ago maybe, when I attended some SAS training before I came to work. Sue was actually the first non-carry instructor that SAS Institute had. That's because she came along with the System 2000 package that SAS purchased here. And I actually joined her as the second non-carry based employee. I guess what, about 2 years after you, after SAS bought S2Tech?
They bought it in 85, the beginning of 85.
And I came January of 88, so pretty close. And I know a lot of you don't know me. I worked with Sue in education for about 8 years and then wandered around Mexico, Latin America, the Caribbean, and wherever consulting decided to send me for a while after that, until I saw the light, joined R&D, and moved to the Northwestern Hill Country, where I still work for SAS. In part of my previous life, I have been a professional dancer. And I have a bunch of friends who are professional hula dancers and have done some really nice shows, complete luau's, the whole thing. And I had intended to get them to come today, but we just couldn't make all the connections match. So I decided, next best thing, I am going to teach a traditional hula dance to some of our coworkers here so that we can send Sue off, and Sue and Sam both off to Oahu, kind of, in the right spirit of things. Maria, my good buddy, Maria, get off. This woman is tied to her BlackBerry. I don't know. I'm gonna teach. It's just a real simple little hula dance. Everybody knows this one. We need another. Oh, I know, Sally Craig. I have not seen you in ever. Come on up here. Come on, Sally. Yeah, so you have nothing else to do. What's your point? Get up here. Get up here. Come on. No, Maria, hula is the traditional Hawaiian dance. It's not about hula hoops, you Wait a minute.
All right.
So, did you put the Magnum PI theme song on my hula CD? Oh, we can't hula dance to this. What the heck is going on? Oh, no, there it is. There it is. It's okay. It's okay. All right, everybody. Now, this is a very traditional hula time at all the luau's. So, okay, now, the first thing we're gonna extend our arms to the right and make them look like the Maria, your other right. We're gonna make them look like the waves. The waves. No, I'm making waves. You're making your arms look like the waves. Okay, now to your left. Sally, here with us. To your left. To your left. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, Sue. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, Sue. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, Sue. We're gonna rock the house for Sue tonight. Sue's retiring, there she goes. Why she's leaving, no one knows. But young she is, and we're so sad. Gonna miss that girl, gonna miss her bad. She's cool, bum, bum. She's hot, bum, bum. She's smart, bum, bum. That's Dr. Sue! Woo! Sorry, it's not over. No, it's not over.
In case any booking agents are here, the name of this group is the No Shame Sisters. And on a little different note, we want you to know there was a fourth person who agreed to this foolishness, and that was Barbara Barrett. We sent her email a few weeks ago saying we're going to spring this. I mean, even Ryan didn't know we were going to do this. He's in a state of shock. And Barbara agreed to this. And we have a middle section between this and the closing song, which spotlighted Barbara. In fact, it spotlighted Barbara's inner dumb blonde. But for those of you all who do not know Barbara, she used to be director of the Austin Division. And those of you all who do know Barbara may not realize that she and Sam, excuse me, not Sam. She and Mike built a beautiful home in the woods outside Bastrop.
Oh no.
So yes, Barbara and Mike were evacuated last Sunday, and that's why she's not here. She's at her sister's home in Katy. And last email any of us had, someone had seen the house, but we don't know. So, of course, we dropped the middle section. But when we got here today, we found out, much to our surprise, none of us knew this was going to happen, Barbara had written you all a letter. And so now, this is Barbara's letter for this occasion. Dear Sue and Sam and friends, Mike and I wish we could be here today. Believe me, all caps, we wish we could be here. We have a really good excuse though. Speaking of that, Sue, do you realize there are volcanoes in Hawaii? Volcanoes? I was Sue's manager for about 7 years and friends for many more. One thing that always impressed me about Sue was her focus on achieving specific goals. Every year at her performance review, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this, Sue would outline to me exactly what she planned to learn over the next year. She would say, I'm going to learn to teach this or that class, and I'm going to help my employees learn how to teach this or that class. It wasn't like I said, Sue, here's what you should do. She told me, and she did it year after year. The other thing about it was, she kept her cool and her sense of humor and her wits about her, even when her own life was in turmoil, like when her mother was so ill. Sue, all that inspires me in this week of incredible chaos and emotion in my own life. Goals can be accomplished. We won't let life get us down. Your example over the many years together teaches us that. Thank you. Best of everything to you and Sam. We will miss you. Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
Until we meet again at your house in Oahu. Now it's over. Now it's over.
Love you, girl.
I have it on film. Oh, God. Okay, question number 2. What was the make and model, year is optional, of Sue's first car?
Are you talking about the first one that we saw, or the first one you ever had in your life?
First one I ever had in my life.
Had to be one of those Yankee.
One of them Yankee cars. Guesses? Yeah, Porsche. American made. Not a Pinto. It was a Chevrolet. No, I lost my virginity in a 56. Oh. It was a Chevrolet Corvair, which became famous when Ralph Nader said, unsafe at any speed. So after that book came out, my parents bought me another one. Okay, anybody have Chevrolet Corvair? Go to the gift table. You earned a gift. Robert, Edie said, grab a gift. Okay, Tom, who's next? I thought Tom was the MC.
Oh, hello everybody.
Hi, Bob.
Hello, Sue.
Hi, Bob.
I've known Sue probably longer than anybody else here. I've known her since the day she began to work at SAS. Matter of fact, I got her out of bed that morning. First time I ever saw her, she was in a nightgown and walked out of her bedroom and looked at me kind of funny, and then Sam come walking out in his skivvies. But that's another story.
Oh, you should finish that story.
That's another story. That's not this kind of a party. I want to tell you a couple things about Sue that I remember, and it made a real impression on me. Sue is a class act. I mean, a real class act. And the thing that sets Sue off from every other kid that I ever know was she gave her daddy a Cadillac. That one that's sitting out in the parking lot right now. She gave her dad that Cadillac because he always wanted a Cadillac, and he wanted that Cadillac. And Sue gave him that Cadillac. Edith made a ribbon for it that big. Sue took it up to Maryland or Virginia and put it on that thing for his dad. That says a lot about a person, you know. You take care of your parents like that. I tried to get Sue to go over and meet with my son and daughter and give them some kid lessons, but it just never worked out that way. But all the time that I've known Sue, I've always thought not only that incident, but all the other things that she did. Like Barbara said, she set goals and she achieved goals. She was goal-oriented and success-driven. And she's the only person I know that had a plan for her life that came to fruition. She planned what she was going to do. She said she was going to go to Hawaii. She said she's going to get a place over there. She said when she would retire, and danged if she didn't do it. Now there's a lesson for all of us. Of course, it's too late for most of us. My life just happened to me. I never had a plan for it. Hoya and I were talking about that at breakfast a couple days ago. Neither Hoya or I ever planned our life, and what happened to us just happened. And we were both talking about Sue. She had a plan, she executed the plan, and now, after today, she gets to begin enjoying the fruits of her plan. And I say, congratulations, Sue. I really, really am. I'll tell you how she got her doctorate one of these days, too. Anybody else? That's Susan.
My turn. Thank you, Bob. Third question, where was Sue born?
I know.
Maybe.
Sue was born in Hawaii, but we need to see her long-form birth certificate.
Wrong. Maryland. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Who said Philadelphia? If you haven't already been to the gift table, go to the gift table. Barbara, have you made it to the gift table? Oh, okay.
You're Pennsylvania Dutch. Your mother was Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yes.
So we're Pennsylvania. That's a partial.
Gary, that one's for cookies. Grab one.
Tom's getting it for me. That's old folks, we have to.
And Bob, did you grab a gift for Edith? Okay. Is it over? No. Here we go now?
See, and you thought you guys were done with me.
Oh.
This is the encore. One of the things that I remember is every year, Sue would have a Christmas get-together. And so I would tell my son, you know, after you got your doctorate degree, I told my son one year that we were going to Dr. Sue's house. He got all excited because he thought he was going to see Dr. Seuss.
Oh, Dr. Seuss.
And he was kind of disappointed after that. But there's some similarity between Dr. Seuss and Dr. Sue.
Oh.
You didn't know? Now, Dr. Sue didn't write books like Dr. Seuss, but she does like to read. And back in 2002, she sent out some email, which I promptly ignored, inviting anybody who was interested to join the book club. And I thought, oh yeah, book club, what fun. And so like I said, I ignored the email. Well, they organized themselves, they got together, and in November of 2002, they sat down together to discuss their very first book, Watership Down. And I think that was one of
Gary's selection.
Gary's selected. I think John Stone, that was his favorite book.
I got through it though.
Yes.
Years later.
Years later, John Stone finally got through it. Well, eventually, probably about 6 months later, I finally got around to joining the book club. Because I thought book clubs were intellectual, silly me, and that you talked about the symbolism in the books, and the deep meaning, and what psychological makeup this character had versus this character, and all this kind of stuff, and I didn't want any part of that. Then I found out it was Sue's book club. And here was the kind of questions, or the question, because there was really only one question that ever got asked at the book club. Did you like it? That was pretty much it. And then we'd sit around talking about, did we like the book, why we liked it, why we didn't like it, or, you know, whatever. And then we'd go off on tangents and everything. So it really was a lot of fun. And through all of those years, 9 years of the book club, we really did cover a wide range of books, from fiction to nonfiction to The Constant Gardener, another favorite.
Where's Scylla?
To, you know,
ever finish Don Quixote de la Mancha?
again, we did have a splinter group who was going to read that. I guess Sue was the only one.
Winter baby keep after
Yeah. So, you know, we had some that weren't quite as successful as others, but there were some really good books that we would have never read had someone not suggested we read them, and we do it as a book club. And so we really did want to thank Sue for organizing such an intellectual group to get together and talk about, you know, the books and making suggestions and stuff, because we certainly wouldn't have done it without you. And I'm not sure we can carry on without you, but we're going to try. But I did want to say thank you, and this is from the entire book club.
Oh, thank you.
And you do need to call in every month and discuss the books.
I didn't like it. Okay. What are we up to? 4. Oh, how many? There can be a finite number of answers to this. How many universities or colleges have I attended class in? Not
74.
necessarily graduated from, but how many different universities and colleges have I attended classes in? I done.
3, 6.
5. If you had 5 as the answer, go to the gift table now. And while they're getting their gifts, I will name them. Westchester State College, University of Maryland, where I got a Bachelor in Science, math major, American University for the Master's in Computer Science. I went to UT for the PhD in Adult Ed, and to complete the coursework requirements, I took some night classes at St. Ed's. So 5 colleges and universities all together.
You must really like education.
I like education. Yes. It felt like that. Oh my goodness.
I don't do this very often, but I will pursue. Since I taught you how to crochet,
Yes.
and I said it's too warm for you to have a Afghan, I have something else for you, and it falls in line with what we just got done talking
Uh-oh.
about.
Uh-oh. No, it's too light to be a book. Who's it from? Me. Okay. How beautiful. It's a bookmark.
Oh, wow.
Gorgeous.
No, you can't leave the book club.
No, I can read. I've got books that I can buy and bookmark that I can mark it with.
We were gonna buy
Score.
you lunch just to make it hack on, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. She was a presenter. It's my turn again. Thank you. There's no alcohol in those, is there? Number 5. What make and model airplane did Sue take her in? What make? My English teacher's not here. What make and model was my first flight?
I have one.
Boeing 747.
Exactly. How did you know that?
I know you will.
Ah, yes. Boeing 747 in 1971. My first flight ever in an airplane was from Washington to London on a Boeing 747. What? Okay, so that Boeing 747. Go to the gift table.
What airline?
I'm not sure. I remember there was some place that had that hump over the first class section, and I thought they wouldn't let us up there.
Well, Sue, it seems that everything is having to do with Afghans.
Yes.
And I thought you started the tradition, I should continue.
Okay.
So I thought I'll make one. After, I don't know, 3 months, whatever. No way. So I thought I'll buy one. But then I thought, who needs an Afghan in Hawaii? You know, same question. But maybe we can come up with a made-up Afghan in Hawaii. And I don't know, you can add this one to your collection. Sorry.
He still looks good. I'm sorry. He still looks good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it autographed?
No, I already have an
I was
autograph.
going to, but
Yeah, I wouldn't want Miguel's autograph on it.
That's okay, it's just water.
Is it cool there?
Sam, I started it.
Okay. To the nearest 100,000 miles. How many lifetime miles do I have on American Airlines?
4 million. 2.5 million.
Million two.
I said that already.
Pass that long ago.
3.6.
4 million.
I have 2.9 million miles with American Airlines. Yeah, that's too many. Anybody have 2.9 mil? Go to the gift table. Oh no, you've been there once.
You know you can gift those.
Oh, I've used them all in Hawaii.
You know you can gift those. What did we learn today?
Who's the next speaker? Who's next? Are we done? Is it over? Oh, no.
We just wear some kids that in between everything.
Oh, okay.
I'd say turn the camera off.
Here we go.
Too late, Bob. You're not facilities manager anymore.
Scott. Do you have Tom Selleck in that bag?
I do.
Oh, good.
Y'all have been way too nice to Sue. I mean, I'd like to follow on with Julian's, where's Julian? His beautiful email about Sue, but that's obviously not going to happen. I do want to greet you in Hawaiian. Meka leka hai, meka haini ho. You didn't know that, did you? I do want to say with honesty that you are unique, just like everybody else here is unique. Those that you, the new people here, y'all don't know do y'all know what Sue does? She's a trainer. Do you know what a SAS trainer is? A SAS trainer is somebody that talks while you're sleeping. They talk when you're sleeping.
Hey, I have a lot of trainers in the room here.
I was a little worried about that, and I'll be more worried when this is over. She has left a deep impression on many, many people that have come through here in the training center. Walking around the halls today, thank God for the training center, this building would be virtually empty. So whoever's left, keep it up, please. Sue, as most SAS PhDs, can take a very difficult subject and break it down and make it virtually impossible to understand. One student, I thought, they give these little summaries and evaluations. They give them to her training imposter, Tamara. And I want to thank you for the hour of preparation you gave me today. Appreciate that. But one student really eloquently summed up Sue's value add, her gift. And I quote, he said, "It's been 5 years since I was taught SAS by Sue Rakes, and my silly semicolon is still running." So you like trivia? You like trivia? How about a little trivia about Sue from the sales and marketing side? Can we do that? Here's an easy one. What does Sue do during lunch? Anybody know?
Pick up trash.
That is partially correct, but actually, she's working to complete her court-mandated community service hours. It must have been a hell of a sentence.
20 years.
Yeah. You never had a chance driving along in that red Cadillac. They ask you to get out of the car, and you got on your Hawaiian shirt, and you're with him, and they go, "We don't need a field sobriety test, baby. You'll mess it up." Get in. Do you all know how she met her husband Sam? Does anybody know? See, I did a lot of research in the hour I had.
What did you tell me?
Anybody know? Okay, how did she meet Sam?
She dated her student.
That's true. And do you know why?
I can answer you.
She told me. She said in those days she never turned down a paying customer.
Okay, and the next question. My next question.
You pay to go to SAS class, y'all have filthy, filthy minds.
That's right.
And I'm going to prove it right now. So, yeah, they started dating. He was a student in her class. So, do y'all know how Sam closed the deal? Anybody? You did?
Yes, I think they went to buy a house or something like
They
that.
had to get married. They were having a house.
No, that's totally, completely wrong. Good try, but it's wrong.
That's what they told us.
No, I talked to Sam. I had a few minutes to talk to Sam, and he said, look, I had to take her all the way to Hawaii just to get laid. Just to get laid. Just to get laid.
Filthy minds, filthy.
You know, they didn't have videotape in this days. They barely had color photography. But in my research abilities, I have come up with a historical reenactment of their first date in Hawaii on the beach. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Great. Sam, would you come up here? Sue? I mean,
both of us.
you got to have actors, right? And I need somebody kind of unobtrusive, they'll kind of blend in. Gary, come up. See, that night on the beach, no, right here, please.
I can't get that close.
Okay, we'll come back. Okay, you can.
Come on back.
That night on the beach, just work with me here, there was a full moon above the beach. Full moon, just stand behind it, full moon. Just the moon, just use your imagination. Okay? Beautiful moonlit night. Sam, a rakish young man of 47, is walking hand in hand with his sweetie. Sam is full of, and you women would call it desire. Full of desire. Sue, his young love interest, is walking alongside of Sam, wondering, will she catch a glimpse of a whale skinny dipping in the surf off Waikiki? Sam turns to Sue, looks loving into her eyes, and says, do you have a breath mint? Sue answers,
Too late.
yes, I did, but I shared it with the dolphin. Sam whispers to Sue, I love you. The music rises up. We've only just begun. No. Wrong decade. Maween is what? No, wrong continent. Pretty Polynesian baby, over the sea. I remember the night when we walked in the sands of Waikiki, and I held you oh so tight. Sam whispers to Sue, I love you. I love Hawaii. I love the Carpenters. Sue replies, let's kiss, and then I will go and be a trainer for the next 30 years, and we'll retire to Hawaii. Sam asks, how long have you suffered with mental illness? Sue replies, never. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Actual historical reenactment. So, to close, Sue wanted me to say that she's got two announcements that she wanted to make. First, she would like to thank me for everything I've done for her. She wants to thank me and Jesus Christ. She wants to broken down 55% thanks to Jesus, 45% to me. No, she wants me to thank all of you for coming. So it'd be more like, and all you've done for her today, and over the last 65 years or whatever it's been. So 55% to Jesus, 40% to y'all, 5% to me. That's fine.
She's not done.
Also, and I want y'all to make sure you don't leave without getting this. There's a huge after party after this wake at Sam and Sue's house. They'd like to invite all of you, your kids, your pets, and even neighbors you don't really like. Okay? There's steak, lobster, champagne dinner at their home, and we've got maps you can pick up on your way out. So, I'll see all of you.
Scott failed to mention it's bring your own steak, lobster, champagne. Okay, we are up to name the Washington, D.C. area users group that Sue is president of.
Warden.
Any guesses? Any? Yeah, it had to do with S2K. Actually, that was the nationwide group. This was a Washington area group. Rockville, Maryland. But I was thinking nobody's going to know this except Tom, and he doesn't know it. So I will accept Astute as an answer, since that was another System 2000 group that I was president of. Knock them down. Stand them up, knock them down. So who said Astute? AIMS 2K, Association for Information Management by System 2000. You had to say it to become president. Okay, so those of you who said Astute, have at the gift table. Hey, there's lots of gifts left. Y'all are going to have to start getting the right answers.
Tamara lost her voice. So, Sue, she asked me to give these to you. They're, if I'm not mistaken, they're from co-workers of yours. And we made sure they were sealed before we could put any money in them. So,
This one's fat.
I may have to hold that for you.
I'm talking about him.
Yeah, I'll hold it. Okay. And
A snake.
Well, thank you, friends at SAS.
that should say
Maybe there will be lobster and steak.
What money?
I'm going to have to read that at my.
Yeah. Come on, picture.
That's darling. Stacy bought that one, didn't she? Yeah. I knew. Did you need to say anything else?
Yes, I did. We had one more person who would like to say something before we ask Sue to come up here and wrap things up.
Well, I still have questions.
Well, wait a minute.
So, between the cars.
What about?
I need to say something.
Oh, okay. Well, you asked. Go ahead and ask.
The next question. The next question. How many states has Sue visited?
All of them.
All of them.
53.
The answer is actually 51, because it includes Washington, D.C., right? Now, those of you who said all of them, walk that way, grab something at the table. I have stepped foot. I stepped in Puerto Rico. I stepped in D.C. I've been to them all. Hawaii. Okay, those of you who said all of them, or 50, or 51, go over there and grab a gift.
Do you want to do more questions?
Oh, okay. While they're meandering their way to the gift table, I have time to do some more questions. In what year did Sue get her motorcycle? In what year did Sue get her motorcycle driver's license?
1979.
How do you know all this?
I almost guessed 51 earlier because I'm not American, so I could kind of say, I think there are 51 states.
Yes, aren't there 51 states? Yes, 1979.
Yes.
And the corollary to that question, who was her motorcycle driver instructor? Not you.
Tom Selleck.
Moses.
No, not Tom Rohan either.
Yes.
No, we did live close to each other, but no.
Sammy.
My current husband.
He just spilled something on, well, your ex-husband, you mean, he just got sent top selling picture wet.
There's a reason.
You'll be swimming your butt to a
Sam taught me how to drive motorcycle, and I got so used to having something powerful between my legs.
Let that camera ain't pointed right now. Thing shut off.
It was a big motorcycle. Okay, I should sit
Is that, are you done?
No, I still have some. I still have two.
Okay, Sam?
Me?
You're on.
I'm up. Okay.
Did he put water on my Tom Selleck?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I hope it didn't.
Did my current husband put water on my Tom Selleck picture?
You're soon to be ex.
Okay, I can't hold a torch to any of that other stuff that's gone on today, but I just wanted to make an explanation. Why Hawaii? The answer is that we came, she got a job with Intel. We came down, got married. I had to go back to DC to give my notice, 2-week notice, and then I came down, no honeymoon. So 2 years later, she says, hey, I didn't get a honeymoon. So I said, well, let's do a honeymoon. Second anniversary, honeymoon, we'll do it all at the same time. So where shall we go? And she says, well, a lot of people go to Hawaii for honeymoons. Let's go to Hawaii. So we went to Hawaii. We got off the plane, got on in the cab, and it was about a 45-minute drive to Waikiki. In about 30 minutes, I had decided this is where I wanted to live. But I didn't say anything to Sue, because I said, yeah, we don't rock any boats or anything. Within the hour, she said to me, I want to live here. So we looked around and we said, look at all these people living here. It's supposed to be expensive to live here, but look at all the people that are living here. Somebody's managing, so if they can live here, we can too. So we set it as a goal, and every time we had vacation time, we went to Hawaii. And we looked at this house, and we looked at that place, and we tried to find a place, and they were all expensive. So we kept looking, and we kept that as our goal, as our dream, and we finally, when the economy went like that, we grabbed a condo over there in 2009, and then Sue's 5-year plan, which was always a 5-year plan for probably 15 or 20 years. I've got a 5-year plan for retirement, and the next year, well, I still have a 5-year plan for retirement. And so after we got the condo, it's like, I got a 3-year plan for retirement, and then a 2-year plan and a 1-year plan. So I said, better close up the business, better sell the boat. We're going to Hawaii. So the thing that I just want to leave with you is, if you have a dream and you dedicate yourself to fulfilling that dream, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I wish you the best of luck on fulfilling your dream.
One more thing, we have a picture over there somewhere that everybody's invited to please sign, leave a note for Sue. You'll notice there's a little line around the edge that I guess is for the frame or the matting or whatever you want to call it. So kind of think about if you write outside that line, you'll be the mystery person.
I'd like to say something.
We have another mystery speaker.
No, we know who he is.
Do we have
Come on, Dan. Do you need the whale?
It might help later.
Because we still have the moon here for you.
Yeah. Wanted to share some things about Sue. Probably not a lot of you know. Bob Payne wrote her up as a class act.
You're going to tell the truth, huh?
We all know better. first time I met Sue that I can recall was we were having an astute group meeting here in Austin. And Carl and Oppel and a bunch of us were out in the backyard at the old building cooking chili.
And drinking.
As often was the case when we were cooking chili, we had a bottle of Cuervo Gold to help us along. And Sue came bouncing out the back door and, "What y'all doing? What y'all doing?" And that was about the same time Carl was taking a hug off that bottle, and Sue said, "Well, I want one too." So that's how we spent that afternoon, was chugging tequila. So I bought you this little present so that when you and Sam were in Hawaii, and you get lonesome for homesick
good
for
stuff.
margaritas, then you can just sit down your line and have one.
Are you next? Yes. Okay. Name a continent Sue has visited other than North America.
England. Asia.
England is not in I have not been to Asia.
Australia.
Yeah, those of you who said Australia and Europe,
I got one.
go to the prize table. Yay!
Quickly down under. There you go.
Yeah, now where are those weekly grubs?
I wanted to say a thing about what Sam said about having a dream and you pursue that dream. A long time ago, I lived in Hawaii, and my dream was to retire and move to Austin. And I did.
There you go.
Now, who's smarter?
I win. Did we have any other speakers?
I was going to say, that's the end of the
No,
formal program. Does anybody else have something they want to say?
I would just like to say that somebody's falling down on the job, because when I turned in to drive up here today, there was a huge, humongous pile of trash.
I'm retired.
I want to have a chance to say something since Don is too shy to come up here. I want to thank Sue for being the anchor in our marriage. Because all of you all know how it is when your spouse is working for someone that's really not very good. Sue has been an awesome boss for them. But because of that, I kind of feel like I might have to spend the rest of my life undo the damage she did, because Don believe every day is a holiday at SAS because of Sue. Don used to tell people every day is a holiday because of Sue. And now he doesn't actually, after he stopped working for Sue, every day I have to remind you, what you have now is a reality. Not all bosses are that great. I want to name a few things that Sue has done for us as a family. Sue and Sam, actually, they are the only people that came to hospital to visit both of our kids when they were first born. We love the blanket, the thing. She made so much for Tim. Don and I decided to have one more kid, just so we could get. And it's amazing how thoughtful she is, because earlier I saw Keith was there. You see how those instructors, they clamp together? Yeah. Sue has this ability to promote team spirit for people that work for her. She doesn't make them compete for promotion or resources, because like Barbara said, she has a plan for everybody. Don and I talk about work a lot, and Don will say, Sue said this year, she's going to do this and that for this instructor and that instructor. And she is also great about becoming a friend to the family. Both of our kids look forward to going to Sue's party every Christmas. That is a big thing for us. We could almost give it away to them as a Christmas gift. Because when we show up, Sue has activity for them. She has gift for them. And my kids, both of them are teenagers. They still enjoy going to Sue's house, going to Sam's house to visit them.
If I can interrupt for
Yes.
1 second, Sue, I am suggesting that you and Sam, once you get settled, perhaps we'll give you a year, next Christmas, you can establish the Oahu Christmas party. We'll all come visit.
We'll like them very much. And like the instructor said, you all know traveling really is very hectic for family, especially when you have kids. During the whole time Don worked for Sue, I cannot remember how many times his trip will kind of change, disappear, and I asked him, I said, what happened? He said, Sue thought I have been traveling too much, so she took the class from me. Sue will go on the road instead. So many thoughtful things like that really have made, look at all the instructors that work for Sue, they work for her for a long time. They don't burn out because their spouse support them. And I'm here to thank you and thank Sam for taking us in when we were young couple. And thank you.
And Aggies. Where's your husband? Oh, I see him.
Yeah, the current husband.
He's in that instructor clutch over there. Okay, I have one more question. Has anyone not gotten to the prize table yet? Everyone has had a chance at the prizes?
No, I didn't know anything at this table.
Okay, then, my last question. What will Sue miss most after retiring? The word nothing is not on my list. Yes. I will miss the paycheck. I will definitely miss the paycheck. I will miss this cafeteria. Those of you who have eaten here know what I'm talking about. You can't do any better than that.
Biscuits and gravy on Friday.
On Friday. Yeah. I was born in Philadelphia. Biscuits and gravy is not breakfast in Philadelphia. No, I won't miss you.
Biscuits and gravy, I'll eat them.
Oh yeah, he eats the biscuits and gravy. Now, what I'm going to miss the most are every one of your faces.
Yeah.
And a special thanks. I want to point out my traveling tribe over here. I had no idea. Linda and Marjorie, stand up. They came down from Kansas City. Roger came in from Portland. Randy's here from St. Louis. Jennifer and Matt, thank you, came from Dallas. Don came from God only knows where. And Keith was an instructor working with me how many thousands of years ago? Thank you all. You're like salmon spawning back to the home stream. I really appreciate y'all taking time to come visit. That was special. Thank you. Okay, there's plenty of food over here. There's more pina coladas. No, not adios. Aloha.
What could it be? It's a.
Okay, go ahead.
Horse nuts of sass. It's a blanket. Oh my goodness. Where did they get these pictures? This is going.
There was a lot of. That's awesome.
My back was I was wearing the same outfit. No, that's because it's on our noses. It's not bad.
Farrell stalked you for a little bit. Like, Farrell.
Taking pictures of your car.
Yeah.
You said you were taking pictures of your truck.
And Matt took that when he said he should check it as well. I mean, they,
And the concrete pad would be.
Oh, wow.
remember that dessert? Talking with Mary, yes.
The Grand Marnier souffle with the cream sauce.
Look at that.
Where are you?
So lots of people helped me put all this together. Lots of people.
Oh, okay. Tamara.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. She was like, Farrell's good.
Then we made you cry, all right.
There's nothing like you took photos of it. Eating lunch, like I didn't pay for everything. So fun.
And you sneaky person.
He's like, I'll take pictures. I'm just checking my phone. It's just I lost my pictures. There's more.
That was awesome. There is food. Oh, there is food and your favorite cake. Sue.
Ran out of batteries. You ran out of batteries? I got some more in my pocket. Huh? How come everybody talks and talks and talks and I turn the camera on and then, whoops. Nobody has anything to say.
Are you going to get a boat in Hawaii?
Nah, she's going to keep me busy. So, you know, we might rent one and go island to island once or twice, something like that.
That would be a good way to practice and see if you like the kind of sailing that's there.
Yeah.
It's more challenging than Lake Travis.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But there are whales and a variety of other things that you may be able to see. Okay.
Well, you know what they're doing. He doesn't know where I have a lot of things going on in Texas.
That's right.
Guys in my office. The paparazzi have arrived. I don't see a red light.
I don't see a red light either. So that might
There, though.
Yeah, don't forget to take the lens cap off.
Oh, the lens cap.
Which is actually a bit of a wild blueberry. We're going to be serving that special with loaded asparagus. It'll be $32 tonight. Your choice on the temperature. Now, some of the great things on the menu down at the bottom of your entree list, you'll find your beef tenderloin and ahi tuna surf and toast. We're actually doing 5 ounces of a beef tenderloin fillet, 5 ounces of freshly seared ahi tuna. And it will be #1 plus tuna served over some roasted goat cheese potatoes and a little red wine butter across the plate. We are the only place in Austin that does rotisserie style prime rib. That being said, we actually cook it slowly over a hickory fire pit, and we actually bring it up to temperature by putting grill marks on it, so a little twist on your traditional style prime rib. The fresh ingredients that came into the house tonight, pecan crusted trout. Trout did come in fresh today, and that is crusted in pecans. Put over sweet potatoes with a bit of a Jim Beam for blunt.
I guess. Oh, there's our plates.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, she got her glass up. There it is.
And my teeth out.
And there's Sammy's.
Okay, Sam.
Well, not to leave Sam out, but I will say that the main reason I came back down here was because one time Sam took me out on his boat. So I had to say thank you to Sam.
And then he sold his boat.
Congrats.
Aloha.
Aloha. Say goodnight. Good morning.
Hello, Sue.
On the door. On the window. I heard her pecking on the window. Your ride's here.
I can't believe it.
That's the best I could get.
Oh.
And so once again, everybody knew about this except me.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, sweetie.
And then we got a picture of you undoing your seatbelt, which
Yes, we're trying to get out of the car.
really.
Okay, let me log off for the last time.
You got all your stuff in boxes?
Pretty much, well, bags.
Hold on.
I'm the bag lady.
No bag lady.
I came down here to see what freebies I could get. Hold the boxes or anything.
You're looking for staplers?
You thought she was going to leave something?
Yeah, calendars are available.
You got the island one.
That's a biggie. Look at that, 16 months. Caddy's leaving.
Can I keep it running? You don't mind? I'd help you carry, but I don't have a hand free.
That stays, that stays. This goes, this goes. These go. I told you I'm a bag lady today.
You definitely are a bag lady.
Okay.
All set to go? Oh, get smoked, baby.
Aloha.
this where she cried?
No.
No?
Gives a high five or something?
I thought I'd do this after.
Got this shut down.
Hang loose.
See you later, babe.
I'm gonna follow you out a little bit. Give me that camera back.
Now I see why you wanted to come up yesterday and take a bunch of stuff home.
Yeah.
It all makes sense to me. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, baby.
Sam, you set the bar pretty high for the rest of our hunt. Thank you.
Sorry.
Are you ready?
Let me get Sue on this side.
Why?
I was going to wave to your friends.
Okay. And you need to get your camera back from Carol?
Nope.
You don't?
You got somebody got it?
Yeah. Hey, Farrell, we'll drive around and pick up the camera.
Cool.
One circle around the parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Joanne, bring me that camera bag out of They're back. She missed us. Did you miss us already?
We're back. Farrell, where's the camera bag?
It's on Lisa's chair.
Lisa's chair, okay.
You're gonna have to loop around again?
We gonna miss you, lady.
Thank you.
Whole bunches.
Aloha.
All right, hang on. That bag's coming.
Aloha. And mahalo. We do it again.
So whose idea was this?
Well, I don't know. Tom Selleck, I think. I was talking to him on the phone. I said, what should I do here?